And welcome to another fantastic episode of Hard Factor. It is Friday, March 7th, 2025, episode 1663. Donald Trump is your president. And we're here with Pat and Mark once again.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
What's up?
Hi.
All right. Okay.
Hi. Hello.
What's up?
Okay.
What's happening? What do we got? I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat. We're gonna pretend like mine's real. I don't think it is, but it's funny enough to cover, and I think it might be real. It is real, for sure. But I don't know if this particular one is real. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like the WWE? It's real to me, damn it.
Yeah. It is real to me. Damn it. I know it's.
Is that
real
what they say about the WWE?
That's what like some of the fans. That's the famous meme. Is like a guy crying, being like, "It's real to me, damn it."
You know what? It was the Vince documentary that kind of took me back to that time. Remember that time where they were saying wrestling's fake, and that was like a big thing.
Yeah.
And how it was handled so wrong. Like I think like Hulk Hogan had to buy fucking Richard Belzer his chateau in France because he like body slammed him on the show to show how real wrestling was. All they had to do was like, man, those guys are real athletes and they're seriously injured and they're gonna die very young.
Yeah, they're all on pain. They're all addicted to pain pills. Look at them.
Well, let me ask a question. Prior to that, like the generation of like Hulk Hogan in the '80s and Greg the Hammer Valentine and all, what I'm asking is, did our grandparents or parents think it was real, or did they just not fucking tell the kids? Because what are you fucking kidding me?
No,
it was always very fake.
It was just like you're putting a show on.
Is it like an Easter Bunny Tooth Fairy scenario? Or?
Physicality was absolutely real. Just the storylines weren't real.
I think it was a miscommunication. It was a miscommunication but people were real dumb back then. They're dumber.
They got back from like Korea and they were like, "This shit's real."
I thought it was real when I was 10.
Right. It was about telling the customer base that it wasn't real, who happened to be children. It's like if you were Santa Claus, you wouldn't like someone saying Santa Claus isn't real. If you were a mall Santa, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm suggesting. Is it like like a Santa situation?
Look, I don't know, Mark.
Up until like the late '90s, or the '90s. It was like, oh my God, don't say it's fake.
You still don't. It's still a faux pas to say it's fake. I mean, that no one wants to hear that in a WWE arena.
Well, they changed it to sports entertainment, like so they.
Was it called a sport back then?
Yes, they classified as sports entertainment, like
how Fox News isn't news; they're news entertainment.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, their words, not mine.
Yeah. Greg Gutfeld is entertaining.
Is he?
No.
Love Gutfeld. Love to get Gutfeld on in the evening. Kick back, relax, and watch a little Gutfeld.
Speaking of wrestling, who's the guy that's was the ex-wrestler that's always with Gutfeld, that big monster?
What, Tyson?
Titus?
Titus. Yeah. Titus.
He was in the WWE.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
What I got by the way, I got capital DUIs and an update on those Chiefs fans that were found frozen to death outside of their buddy's house. Real Gene Hackman like story that we finally have answers on.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about you, Mark?
I'm going to address a live comment real quick from Joseph Grillo. He says, "Oh my God, you guys are live now. Since when? This is awesome." Two things. Yeah, it is awesome.
2023.
And we've been live for a while, sir. So welcome to the show. We hope you come back.
What day is it? Yeah, what's up, Joseph? What are you talking about, Wes?
You're talking about that thing that's fake.
Okay.
That's it's male whores. What I'm talking about.
I've got the funniest class action lawsuit in the history of the world. It's gonna make you laugh. It's awesome.
I'm fired up about that one. And if you're a fan of the show, here's to give you a little hint when to see some nipple.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna end.
Hector.
Yeah.
Hector. Real quick before we get into it, I kind of missed this, but it's been a busy week of news. trying to not get bogged down by the Trump onslaught. When I said they're flooding the zone, you got to pick and choose your stories there. But it's also like it's flooding some like really good stories that you'd want to cover, like 20 sex tapes of Luigi Mangione, which apparently are of a caliber of like a high production value caliber that have been discovered.
Oh, he had a bad back. How's he blowing out backs?
No, it was you misheard it.
His landlord was he was always whining about his back and he couldn't have sex and stuff, right?
No, man. He gives bad backs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's the one blowing out backs.
He's blowing out backs, Luigi. I searched on X a little bit, couldn't find him. But I mean, like, that's a lot. There was like I saw some screenshots of him like beating it, like a Drake style porn, which isn't a porn.
Gives eyebrow rides.
Do the chicks come in as like CEOs?
I don't know. I mean, I've only seen headlines on it. I haven't gotten into it. I mean, I'm not afraid to do the research. Okay. I just
if you find one, please send it to me. I'd like to watch it.
I did, Wes, start recording some Pornhub pre-rolls today.
Oh, nice
for you.
Cool. Yeah.
Because I think
another news story, which we're probably not going to cover much of, which I believe just happened right before recording, like minutes before, is rumors are Starship 8 blew up over the coast of Florida.
Hopefully no one was on it. Was anyone on it?
I don't think anyone was on it, but it was their biggest spaceship that they're planning on using for manned missions to the moon and Mars.
That's great.
It was a big one. I think it blew up like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Not good. I mean,
need to build a new one.
Yeah, hopefully no one was on it.
Yeah, hopefully.
But if no one was on it, then good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get in the news real quick. A little bit of news that kind of dovetails off Trump's State of the Union, not State of the Union, that happened on, I think it was Tuesday night, right? Monday night, Tuesday night. After the State of the Union, Mike Johnson, you know, the Louisiana representative who's Speaker of the House, who's in that covenant marriage from Louisiana. His top aide, his top motherfucking aide, this guy right here, Hayden Haynes, he's the chief of staff to Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, was arrested for DUI after he hit a car with his car leaving the address. So I guess he probably had some victory pops. Said, "We really did it, boss. We really did it. Kick back on a couple." And then he said, "I'm good to drive. No, I'm good to drive." U.S. Capitol Police said in a statement, quote, "A driver backed into a parked vehicle last night around 11:40 p.m. We responded and arrested them for DUI."
You can't hit a parked car when you're drunk. That's just the dumbest.
You can't. What you really can't do more so is hit a parked car that happens to be a police car. It's not good when you do that. When you back your car into a police car.
It's even worse.
It's tough. I mean, like, look, we've all been pulled over in our earlier days when we probably had too much to drink. And luckily, police officers use discretion. Here are 3 men with no DUIs.
Shockingly.
Thank God.
Yeah, easily could have gone the other way.
Oh, yeah.
Right, 100%. It's not a good thing to do, drinking and driving.
We don't condone it, but we got away with it for a while.
We got away with it. But had we hit a cop car, there's no way out of that, right? Like, you're screwed. When you drunkenly hit a cop car, they throw the book at you, and throw the book at Hunter. Oh, wait a minute. He was arrested. It says here he was arrested, and then he was released with a citation to appear in court. Okay. Weird.
Did he get bailed out?
No, he was released. He didn't go to jail.
What did he blow?
Yeah,
I was interested in that.
He blew a collision.
Yeah, he blew
his car into a cop car.
You should probably get in trouble for that.
I mean,
how fast was he going? Was he screeching like he robbed a bank back
2
up?
2 miles per hour.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I want to know what he blew to. That's the important part.
Yeah. We don't know.
Like a .09, and he just backs into 2 miles per hour. I'm not super mad. 0.16.
Yeah.
Throw his ass in jail. That's
They placed him under arrest for DUI.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, and look, we've also all been in this situation before where we've seen a buddy get arrested for DUI in front of us, and the cop's like, well, I've already got him in the cuffs, so now we got to go through with this whole thing.
I can't. I mean, I could uncuff him, but I can't. I'm not.
We ain't no senator's son, you know.
We ain't no senator's son. We ain't no Mike Johnson's aide.
That's right.
I don't know. That just seems a little fishy to me.
It doesn't seem fishy at all when Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, makes a call and says, "Release my aide." You're going to release his aide.
Yeah, what aren't you getting about it, Pat?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You're shocked that people on Capitol Hill have privileges?
The aide said, call my boss, or somehow texted him.
Motherfucker backed into a cop car. I mean, we saw what happened with Michael Jordan's son. Didn't work out for him.
Yeah, he's not a politician.
That's true. All right,
he had cocaine on him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he hit a cop car?
No, but he couldn't get his car off the train
That's
tracks.
the cocaine of DUIs, is hitting
this
a
guy
cop car.
could move. This guy could move the car. He couldn't. He was stuck on the train tracks. It was going to cause a problem.
Ossifer, I'm fine. All right, let's get into an update on this Kansas City story. How much do you guys remember? A couple group of guys got together at a Bud's house in Kansas City.
Everyone died besides the owner of the house, who didn't answer calls or the front door for like 24 hours at least afterwards. And for like 4 friends were over there. One guy left and survived, but everyone that stayed over died in the front and backyard or whatever. No one knew why. Backyard. And it was like a playoff game a couple of years ago.
It was the last game of the season of the 2023 season. So it was January 7, 2024.
He said he passed out on the couch, didn't know what happened, blah, blah, blah.
One of the friends eventually said they were getting a lot more fucked up and doing drugs than originally claimed.
Yeah. Right. Here are the buds. Here are the gentlemen that are no longer with us, and then the witness who really sold the guy Willis who owns the house out. They got Clayton McGee, 36. You got Ricky Johnson, 38. David Harrington, I think 37. They were found dead in the backyard. And look, it wasn't super cold. It was like 29 degrees.
Right
at the low. It wasn't freeze to death in the backyard. But it turns out that I guess it was fentanyl, as we correctly guessed. Jordan Willis, whose house it was, who's a PhD student or a doctor of some sort, who was confronted by one of the dead guy's girlfriends and was all weird about it. He's been charged with 3 counts of manslaughter, and so was this man. If I can find him, he didn't load, but I'll load him. His name is Ivory Wilson. I'm sorry, Ivory Carson. But these white boys knew him as Blade Brown.
What was your dealer's name?
Blade Brown. We don't talk about him anymore.
He's basically Q.
Yep. He's Q. He's Q. Hey, man, quit talking about Q on the podcast, okay?
Sorry.
He's mobbed up.
Okay.
Mexican Mafia. I guess Blade Brown sold them the coke. Witnesses say that the friends were using coke when they first got to Harrington's home. And then Willis's, I guess they went over to Willis's house to watch the Chiefs game. And they say that Willis had a history of offering cocaine to his buddies when they were low on money, and he would buy it for them. And he bought it from Blade Brown. That's who normally got the coke. So the boys came over and said, hey, you want some blow? I guess I ain't got no dough. I said, I'll get you, man. I got that PhD job. And I guess detectives obtained a search warrant after the bodies were found. Found 2 plastic baggies containing white powdery substances. This is where it's weird. One of the powdery baggies contained cocaine after being tested. The other baggie had fentanyl in it.
Ooh, just
fentanyl? Pure fentanyl?
No, not pure,
Okay.
but it had fentanyl.
Was it heroin fentanyl? Oh, okay. So it was coke and fentanyl.
It was coke with fentanyl. So one bag was good. One bag was bad.
That's got to be some sort of mistake or misrepresentation, right? Because, I don't know, unless Blade Brown's a fucking killer.
Right. Blade Brown's got that white. Now, am I mistaking a couple cases, or wasn't this PhD guy also called the chemist and known for making a bunch of drugs? And
they thought, they thought that he made drugs that killed them for sure.
Right. No one ever thought that was a Blade Brown type character because they thought this guy was the chemist himself, the homeowner.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah.
Yes.
No, there was no chemist. But I mean, they're making it seem like Blade Brown is the type of guy that has a Russian roulette sack of cocaine. He's like, here you go, boys. I don't know which 60 bags got the bad stuff in it. Have fun.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing coke these days and you're buying it from a guy named Blade Brown, you're not testing it. You are playing Russian roulette.
That's right. I mean, but they regularly bought coke from Blade Brown. So, I get, I don't know. Maybe it is true.
I mean, it's the exact same scenarios that we were talking about who we're not supposed to talk about on the pod, because years ago, like when the last time I did cocaine, the guy we can't talk about told me he hoped that it killed me while I was mid-snort.
But that's because he didn't like your energy.
Yeah, he didn't like my energy, and he hoped that I died in front of him.
But that was pre-fentanyl.
That was a little bit before.
That was a while ago, yeah.
He just didn't like your energy.
Yeah, well, I got that.
He hoped you threw up. Yeah.
He said, I hope you die from that shit. And I said, what? And then Wes said, what? And we're like, I don't know if we should do anymore. And he's like, oh, I was just kidding.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's a good thing that relationship didn't last very long for me, because that was my first true hardcore drug dealer that I had a relationship with. And I treated him like every other drug dealer I knew. I was like, come on over and hang out.
No, he was different. He was a different breed, Pat.
Different type of drug dealer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Blade Brown.
I still don't understand it. I don't understand the logic behind it or what it's. I know it's like addictive, but to kill off your
supply,
to kill off your customers is. It's just, you think that the cartels they're such great businessmen.
They did a big story. I think the New York Times did a big story today with their reporter that's kind of embedded down there with the Sinaloa cartel. Mm-hmm. And the Mexican government is really clamping the fuck down on the cartels because of the threatened tariffs. The tariffs are working in that respect. And the Sinaloa guys who normally make fentanyl were like, no, we're not making anything. Like, they took this woman to the lab last time. Now they're like, there's no lab here in Sinaloa, at least.
Oh yeah, I would trust those guys. Yeah.
No, I mean, trust them enough they took her to the lab the first time. You know what I mean? Why not take her to the lab? I don't know. She's embedded with them.
Sinaloa said that everything's on the up and up.
I don't know. She's down there. That's what good reporter. She got sources.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I don't know.
So is fentanyl.
Then it's the Chinese.
I don't understand the fentanyl. I thought about it today. If you were to say like what's a psyop, right, or like how COVID is like kind of funny, like there's just like funny where it came from. Fentanyl and cocaine's a little funny, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, how it's still around. It doesn't.
Yeah. It's biological warfare by the Chinese. That's what it is.
All right.
No, I know, but the Mexicans they're sending the ingredients to China, from China to Mexico. They're making it in Mexico.
Isn't it because it's significantly cheaper? And so if you do the right amount of dosage, people get really high and they're not supposed to die. But the thing is that it's
with heroin, when you mix it with heroin, I understand that. The logic is there with heroin because it's a similar effect. But with cocaine being like this huge upper, then you mix this huge like opiate in with it. And it just it just doesn't make any sense altogether for me. Like, to mix it with heroin, sure, I understand that. But
yeah,
you're okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with it. I just it makes more sense.
Right.
It doesn't. Right. Yeah. Hey man, I lost a bud to it who would never fuck with it, but did cocaine. He's a cocaine guy.
It's horrible. I think it's all about profits. Yeah. Some biological warfare, but I think the application from a mid to low dealer perspective is about profiting.
Right. Yeah, you can cut it more, and it's more addictive. People want to come back for it, but half of them die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't we watch that documentary where the one guy said he purposely puts fentanyl in because he cuts it and he knows that some people died? He's okay with it.
Yeah, the guy with the mask.
Yeah, with the mask.
But we're not trusting the reporter who's embedded with the Sinaloa cartel, who's literally saying that Trump's tariffs are doing something positive. Okay.
All right.
Because that's not what she wants.
I wasn't paying attention to the cartel part, but
okay. Well, it was really insightful, Mark.
Okay.
Hey, listen, I hope that they're working, because it's terrible what's happened to people. I drive by a billboard every time I'm 35 about fentanyl and a picture of 8 people that it killed.
You ever drive by that billboard? I just noticed it down in Austin. There's like I guess an attorney down there with the last name Dang.
No,
he's like a personal injury attorney. I got a good chuckle out of it. It was like a car hitting another car, and it was like, dang it, call Dan Dang.
That's awesome.
That was pretty good. Yeah. He's the new David Comey, the attorney at Rocks down there.
Oh,
keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's a great name. That's a great name for a lawyer for collisions. Dang. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, buying cocaine can be chaotic.
Yeah.
Especially
when it's from guy who's named after a letter in the alphabet.
It's a chaotic thing to do. And I'll tell you what's not chaotic is handling your shipping with ShipStation. You can save hours and money every month by shipping from all your stores with one login, automating repetitive tasks, and finding the best rates of all the global carriers. Focus on other parts of your business because you never have to worry about shipping and fulfillment again with ShipStation. I know Pat loves it. I know I love it. It saves you tons of money. Just go log in, print out your postage. You can track when it's being delivered. Everything is right there in front of you. No more trips to where, waiting in line, dealing with that bullshit. And listen to this. 88% off UPS rates, DHL Express, and USPS rates, and 90% off FedEx rates. How about that?
How come every time you go to that place, it's like everyone in line's like pretends like they've never been there before or don't know how to use their arms, legs, or brains? Like everyone's a fucking idiot in that line. They're like, "What do I do? Do I fill out my name on the?" It takes fucking
and they got to
ever.
stand to the side and fill out what they're supposed to. Yeah, and then they want to jump back in line.
Yeah,
right. Pay attention, okay?
Yeah. No more dealing with that bullshit. And you save thousands of dollars with industry-leading discounts from their rate shopper. ShipStation grows with your business no matter how big it gets. And with smart features and automations that boost efficiency, you save time. If you have a small little shop, Etsy shop, you're shipping out a bunch of stuff. Quite frankly, you're a moron if you don't use ShipStation. You're just pissing money away. So
you're probably standing in line at that place acting like a moron.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, can I pay more money and stand in line?
They're supposed to fill out something.
Yeah, that's you. That's what you sound like.
Can you do this for me?
Yeah. I don't know where it's going.
I don't know computers. I want to pay more money. Anyway,
what's the zip code?
Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software. Morons. With the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to ShipStation.com. Use code HARDFactor to sign up for your free trial. That's ShipStation.com. Code HARDFactor. All right. This is a story that's going around social media. And apparently, if you ask ChatGPT about it, ChatGPT doesn't trust that this is a real story. But I think it is, because if it's not, we're going to pretend like it is. And it's a very well done hoax. One of the best hoaxes I've seen of all time.
Didn't they cut ChatGPT off the internet in like 2002 or something?
No. Each version. So I gotta give Grok 3 its credit. I don't like the guy behind it, Musk, but it's better than ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT 4.5 is releasing a beta soon. So what they do is they have like a knowledge base for each version up to like a certain date. So like the older the version, that's when the cutoff date is. Like ChatGPT 4 is probably only going to get you to like mid 2024 in terms of like currency.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. I mean,
they can always update it.
It can still kind of like search, but it's only reliable as a knowledge base up until it's like when it's released. Like, yeah.
And which one did Wes use?
I used ChatGPT. Probably the first one that's been on my little bookmark.
Yeah.
Okay. And when did the story take place?
Recently. It just came out viral.
I'll ask Grok 3 mid show while you're doing your story.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So here's this is the post that's kind of gone viral from World Star. One of the posts 2 days ago, almost 300,000 likes. And the story is that this woman was going through her grandma's drawers and came across this business card and menu for a male whore / gigolo named Dr. Dan. And I'd like to explore the contents of this business card with you because it's fascinating. And again, this particular one might be a hoax, but I guarantee there have been and still are and were real Dr. Dans operating in the United States all across. Okay, so this is definitely a real thing. So here's the card. All right, it says in the middle, Dr. Dan, expert, plain and fancy fucking, evening by appointments only. Okay. Now, when I saw the term fancy fucking, I immediately was like, what's fancy fucking? So I asked Urban Dictionary and ChatGPT, and it says the term fancy fucking typically refers to a more elaborate, often playful or extravagant form of sexual activity. It suggests the act of sex is being done in a more refined or artistic way, possibly involving a lot of effort, creativity, or even a sense of indulgence or luxury. And it also says in Urban Dictionary that you can fuck to classical music, fuck while wearing a black tie or tuxedo,
Okay.
drinking
I needed some
champagne,
examples. Great.
or fucking while watching any Charlie Chaplin movie.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fancy. What about the Chaplin, the movie with Robert Downey Jr. about Chaplin's life?
That would probably be okay. Yeah, biographies are okay.
Well,
Biopics, whatever.
For Mark, it would be like fucking near a Siamese cat.
Well, how
That would
old
be
is that
fancy.
card though?
Oh, it's from looks like the late 70s.
Yeah, I don't think that movie was out yet.
There's any Charlie Chaplin movie.
Yeah, but not the one with Downey Jr.
Okay.
that came out.
But-
God damn it, Mark.
You know,
Urban Dictionary wouldn't know about fancy fucking from the 70s, but that's just the examples. Wes.
I'm just saying. I don't think you could have done that.
You're right. Then
Yeah.
Then you
would
could
have had to watch it.
impossible.
Well, Dr. Dan's probably dead.
in original Chaplin. Well, if he's, I mean, how do you get to the level of experience where you have this type of business card? How old do you have to be? 32.
At least 32. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's keep going.
How many
Now,
orgasms have you given to confirm that you can do this? Is probably a better question. How many satisfied?
You know what you can do. Dr. Dan
Yeah.
knows what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, he can deliver the goods. Yeah.
Now, Dr. Dan lets you also know on the front of the card that he's quite a real piece of shit. He says that he gives extra attention given to neglected married women. So
That's his
Dr.
target.
Dan, whoever he is, does not care if he's fucking your wife. In fact, he seems to prefer it.
You're looking at it the wrong way.
He wants to fuck you as hard. He wants to cuck you as hard as he possibly can.
They're not taking care of the women in the first place. That's
I
why Dan
understand.
exists. I don't think you do.
I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
Dan
but
gets
still,
it.
but still, do you? I mean, Dan exists
Dan gets
to fuck married women. That's a.
Dr. Dan's like the older version of the ladies' man from Saturday Night Live. With
I was about to say, huge marketing opportunity missed with Dr. Dan because it's big, fat, gothic Dr. Dan. Right underneath the subtitle could be the ladies' man.
Exactly.
Dr. Dan, the ladies' man.
Yeah. He only had so much space. So he also says on the card that virgins are treated gently and spinsters are satisfied. Now, do you guys know what a spinster is?
Of course, but Dr. Dan, lay off the.
No. What do you
versions.
think a spinster is?
Oh, a spinner or a spinster?
Spinster.
A spinster makes clothes. A spinner is a girl that's skinny and can spin around.
Now, a spinster
And a
traditionally
wiener.
refers to an unmarried woman who is older and perceived to be unlikely to marry. It's a negative judgmental connotation implying that a woman was unmarried because of her own shortcomings or societal expectations.
Like an old maid.
Yeah, an old maid.
So that those are for uglies, the virgins
Yeah.
and spinsters. So
Yes.
I'll fuck uglies is what that says.
Yep, exactly. Anyone, I'll fuck anyone.
Gently.
Yeah,
I fuck uglies. I fuck married women that aren't getting it.
who wants that unmarriable puss?
I know we're reading into it pretty deep, but you could take that he has a hog of a cock.
Oh, he does.
The card clearly passed.
Kidding me?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Look at
That's
the
implied.
yeah. Look at the weight of that card. That's the weight of a guy with a big
Thick.
dick.
The fact that he had to
Yeah.
say gentle for virgins is because his hog is so goddamn big that
He's got a real man dick, huh, Wes?
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a real man dick. Yeah, 100%.
He's got
man
4
dick.
dicks in one.
Yeah. As we go down to the bottom right corner, the card says that widows are a specialty. Not sure what makes them a specialty, or I don't know any guesses on why widows are a specialty.
Because thank God your husband's dead. Because I'm coming over.
Well,
Easier.
I'll tell you what happened here. Dan sat down to sketch out his business, and he thought maybe he reads Greek tragedies. He was thinking about pillars. He said, "I want the 4 pillars of my business on each corner of this business card. In the top, you got virgins and
Yes.
spinsters,
Yeah.
married women. Bottom right, widows.
You're right, Pat.
Yeah.
Right."
That's like when they highlight on a menu, like in bold or whatever exactly.
And I'm not trying to like give Dr. Dan posthumous advice, right? We came up with the slogan. I would have given widows a discount. I would have put widows
Well,
Well,
so
discount.
he does have like a little catchphrase for each one, like gentle for virgin and uggos, and and he's like extra attention to the neglected wives and stuff like that. For widows, he should have said like can send you to your husband with my huge cock, like can fuck you,
That's
you to
it's
death.
too wordy. It's
Yeah,
pretty
something
wordy.
along those lines, though. Like you know,
He should have put grieving widows a specialty.
yeah.
But he does give discounts, Mark, and that's where the last part of the card comes in. The bottom left corner, he says cut rate to party of 6 or more, satisfaction with 1 hard on. Okay, so
6 or more.
Ideally, a bunch of widows get together in a house and they call Dr. Dan and he fucks them all because that's his specialty. And when you give, he gives you a volume discount.
There, Dan was trying to manifest destiny. Okay, the first 3 pillars make sense.
Mm-hmm.
There, Dan is just throwing that out there to see if he can create the market for himself.
How did he come up with 6? It could have been like 3.
Yeah.
6.
It also implies that he's not going to wash his dick between.
No, it's not.
No, of course not.
Discount for 6 blondes or more.
Yeah. No, Dr. Dan.
I'd like to get fucked, but I'm a little bit short on cash.
Yeah.
Who do I know? What 5 friends do I know?
Yeah. It's okay. The people do that all the time. 6 girls hire me all the time to fuck them. Yeah.
I'll fuck the 6th for free.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're calling. What? Yeah, Dr. Dan, the ladies, man. How can I help you?
Yeah.
Let me guess. Which one of the pillars you want? You and 5 of your besties want to get a cut rate?
Yeah, no, sure. I could come over.
Widow,
with
huh?
wood.
Okay. Widow, okay. Yeah.
But it would be cheaper if you called 5 lady friends over.
Yeah, people do it all the time. So that's the front of the card. And on the back of the card, we get the menu of what Dr. Dan.
Shit.
Yeah, of what Dr. Dan provides and his prices. And I'm just going to go over these one for one with you guys. So first up, Mark, you want to tell us what the first one is and the cost?
Plain insertion. It looks like $20.
Mm-hmm. And then
Now,
what's the next
inflation?
up?
We're talking probably like 150. But
Oh yeah.
with caresses,
Mhm.
extra $7, 27.
Yeah.
So it's $7 to get caressed.
That's like the boyfriend experience, the husband experience, the
Wait.
sensitive lover experience.
He's not going to fucking caress you if you only pay the 20?
No, he's
No,
just
it's
going to
just
fuck your
fucking.
brains out. Yeah.
Okay.
Now for $22.50, he'll give it to you doggy, and if you want him to bark and yelp, it's $25. So
I feel like for inverted position, he should knock a few bucks off. It's gonna be, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, as you'll see, one of the ones down there is something that Dr. Dan's going to do anyway. He's just trying to squeeze an extra $1.15 out of you, which is titty chewing.
If you don't say no, he adds it on.
He's going to do it anyway.
Yeah, he is.
By the way, we don't have any firm data here, but I'm gonna peg Dr. Dan as being very active in January of 1973. So January 1973 with inflation, $20, which he was just plain insertion. That's $150.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's
About right.
Yeah.
Now, he also has a service on there called a womb stretch for
Whoa,
$39.25.
dude.
Okay, Dr. Dan, a
Whoa.
womb stretch.
Yeah.
sure
Cervix banger.
Yeah, are we sure that's not just the plain insertion? Like
We got a barnacle scraper.
With Dr. Dan, I think it automatically jumps up to a womb stretch.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, it's an unexpected charge at the end.
He asked her at the other she feels stretched.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but I did give you a womb stretch.
Yeah.
I noticed, Dr. Dan. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
Yeah, he's all about adding on things. Surprisingly, now
It's like my barber.
yeah, exactly. Hit
You
a lot
want a
of
straight razor shave?
hidden
I haven't seen
fees.
such bullshit added health charges since they started charging people for crying in the doctor's office.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten charged one of those for an emotional thing.
Yeah.
And then $50 is a tongue bath, which I assume Dr. Dan just licks you head to toe.
Tongue back.
Yeah, like a cat.
I mean, I hope that means cunnilingus, right?
No,
There's a
that's
different one
muff
for that.
dive. That's a muff dive,
yeah,
Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Muff
Yeah.
dive's 100. What's the
100.
most expensive item on the menu?
Wow, he did not like
all
eating
night.
people out.
All night, 12 hours for 150. So you
Take
really
that-
get a deal.
Take that off because that's an outlier. That's
It's the
time
muff dive,
based.
$100.
Muff dive for
$100.
100.
It's 5 times sex for a muff dive.
Yeah. Well, you never know. I mean, muff dive probably isn't Dr. Dan's thing. That's the problem.
$745.
He least
I'll
enjoys.
eat your box for $745.
Was there a stigma on going down in the 70s?
It was a lot hairier.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. I know that the hairs can kind of catch some of the odor, so it probably wasn't as great.
See, he should have had a discount for like hairless muff dive.
Hairless muff dive was 20. Would be 20.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. French kissing on the mouth, $2.75.
$2.75, right?
Yeah, $2.75.
Yeah.
The French tickler.
What is it?
Which
He's bringing a fucking adding machine over to settle you out at the end of the night.
Oh yeah,
we had a titty gnaw. Definitely some licking. Pretty sure I made out with you. Yeah.
You're looking at $87.50.
Yeah.
Now, if it
No,
goes
there was a
down-
womb stretch.
Yeah. It's for a French tickler, which is like one of those condoms that has like the pleasure built in, $3.25. So if you wanted to use a special French tickler condom to fuck you, $3.25. Fingering, $9.50. And if he has to use Vaseline, if he has to break out his personal jar of Vaseline to get you ready, it's $1.25.
Well, yeah, he's got to pay for those supplies.
Right. Yeah.
The Vaseline.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. So there's Dr. Dan. I hope it's real. It looks real.
Grok 3's got no clue. Let me ask you, so grandma's dead? So she
Oh
can't-
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Here's one of Dr. Dan's customers.
Did it say where?
No,
What
Didn't-
town?
it didn't say the state. It didn't say the anything. I tried to find it, which is but any town USA. I'm
I
guessing
think-
Cincinnati.
I think it's real.
Yeah, I think it's real too. It looks real.
100% it's real, bro.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Woody Harrelson's dad's card.
For assassinations,
I mean, that was on there. It was like, everything he did.
right?
Imagine finding that in your grandma's drawer, though.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Nan,
Turns out that
it'd be hilarious.
Grandpa Dan.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, your dad's name, your grandpa's name was Dan.
yeah. She had. Or what if it was like she circled like neglected housewife?
Yeah. I mean,
love that.
it's pretty folded up and used, so she was
Yeah.
definitely calling on Dr. Dan a few times.
I love that the I love that he has I love that he has French kissing mouth 275 under that open parentheses pussy see muff dive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, look, you're not gonna get away with a 275 muff dive, bud. Okay, that's mouth kissing.
Yeah.
No, but he likes the nipples. It's only $1.
$1.15. Yeah. Like I said,
Yeah.
he's going to do that anyway. He wants to
Yeah.
charge you for it.
Yeah.
Dog fashion. I'll do you in the dog fashion.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
All right, I believe it. You guys want to stick on sex and hear about the funniest class action lawsuit of all time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you should definitely listen up, Pat, actually, because depending on how far you took your journalistic duties of Hard Factor, I should say, this might apply to you. So, OnlyFans, ever heard of it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
they are facing a class action lawsuit brought on by major law firm Hagens Berman. They mean business, these guys. And what they're alleging is that the millions of users of OnlyFans can get in on this. In fact, the only stipulation really is that you are a giant loser that not only paid for OnlyFans when free internet porn exists, but that you did that because you wanted to get personal with the OnlyFans models and think that you're actually directly messaging and chatting with them and building a rapport. So that's the only requirement, is that
Yeah.
you're a pathetic loser.
Yeah.
Who's okay with their name being public?
Yeah.
Because names are public with class action lawsuits.
Well, these guys are definitely going to be okay with it because they are furious with what happened, Pat. And that's because
They
it was
are.
discovered.
They are.
These guys are fucking furious at what happened. It was discovered in late 2023 and pretty much confirmed by the time this class action went live last year that OnlyFans has employed at least 8 third-party chat managing companies like Boss Baddies LLC, Moxie Management, Unruly Agency LLC, doing business as Disripped Agency, Behave Agency LLC, Ash Agency, Content X Inc., Verge Agency Inc., and Elite Creators LLC, who pose as the OnlyFans models from countries like Pakistan and India, and are just a bunch of guys chatting away from Pakistan and India, pretending to be the OnlyFans models.
Wow.
Of course.
So here in the States, ladies in Florida, which is the OnlyFans capital of the United States, it's called a digital pimp. And, like a guy will manage 5 or 6 ladies, okay, for a cut of their OnlyFans, and he will be communicating on their behalf. I never thought about the OnlyFans ladies over there. Was OnlyFans making the connection for them? Because the digital pimp business is like, oh, you want to do OnlyFans? My name is Jerry. Let me manage you.
This is allegations that the majority of OnlyFans creators, especially ones that make money in the US, the UK, wherever, pay 20% of their profits monthly to OnlyFans, who then pays it to one of these agencies so that they don't have to fucking talk to these losers at all or know they exist. They never respond to a single one of their DMs at all. And on top of it, a lot of these guys are sending dick pics and sexual videos of themselves to these Pakistani men, thinking that they're going to, some hot chick that they're paying $50 a month for it. It's just going to a room full of Pakistani men laughing at their dicks.
See, that I could confirm. As soon as Kate signed up for OnlyFans, I was like, "What's going on here? Let me get in the back end and see what's happening." And I opened, and I've seen her DMs on her regular social media, which are sometimes there's an asshole or a rape threat because it's just dudes. But normally it's communication. I opened the first OnlyFans and it's a dick, and then the second OnlyFans message and a dick, and then the third one was a dick, and I realized, oh my god. That's what this contract is. This contract is I pay you so that I can send you my dick pic without you bringing charges against me. That's
100% of the messages from these losers are them sending their dicks to what they think are the OnlyFans models. Now, Kate hasn't linked up with the 20% of her profits going to OnlyFans, sending it to the Pakistani men yet. But that's why they probably got so many complaints being like, hey, I'm about to leave OnlyFans. I'm only getting dicks. And OnlyFans like, we got an idea.
Yeah.
Well, this is why I'm confused because I heard a long form interview.
Great service
with the digital pimp in Florida, right? Who is doing this for his ladies, and I know that that's an industry here.
Just pretending to be a woman. Wes, do they explode pussy in Indian? Oh, you want to explode my pussy?
You want to explode my pussy?
Yeah, they're just pretending to be.
But my question is, if you're over there, if you're a foreign OnlyFans person that doesn't speak English. Is OnlyFans soliciting or facilitating?
Right.
Pat,
is OnlyFans doing it?
Yes, that's what they're alleging.
Wow,
this isn't for foreign creators. This is for all. This is American. This chick, this is for the top 50% of creators are given the option, is what they're alleging. It's not Pakistani OnlyFans chicks. It's not. It's everyone.
Yeah.
It's they're outsourcing everyone's direct messaging boxes and dick pics to groups of people that get paid to pretend to be these hot chicks in Pakistan, India, and other countries. Amazing. They're also using AI chatbot systems that are just responding, pretending to be Hot Tit Heather. Hot Tit Heather says, send me another dick pic, Handsome. And Handsome's like, right, I'm going to send Hot Tit Heather another dick pic. But he's sending it to third-party systems. And Hot Tit Heather has no idea this guy even fucking exists, besides the fact that she knows she's making money off of it.
All she does is take pictures. That's all she's responsible for, and posting, put the pictures up there. Or she probably didn't even post them anymore. She just takes
when to see some nipple, Hector.
Yes, it's two guys saying when to see some nipple, and then one guy, it's like a two-way mirror. And then the other side of the mirror that they can see you, they're pretending to be a woman.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
Hold on.
That's incredible.
Hold on. So you're telling me...
It makes perfect sense that this is happening.
It's absolutely makes perfect sense.
You're telling me right now that in my OnlyFans inbox, your fave Alyssa, who's saying, OMG, why did this toy feel so fucking good? I was a little bit... Is a Pakistani dude?
It's very likely. I think she has the option of paying 20% of her income. And if she did, yes, that's what I'm telling you.
You're telling me that...
No-brainer.
Mrs. Robinson saying, would you come in or on me? That's really a Pakistani guy asking that?
It could be Shorov.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
What a job.
All right.
Looking at American dicks all day.
and pretending to love it.
Oh, my God. Look at Frank.
Yeah.
You're telling me that Amber VIP...
Look at a load of Frank.
You're telling me that Anna, sweetie, when she messaged me saying, honey, I was watching Gary Potter and I got really excited. I got That's a Pakistani dude.
Yeah, Gary Potter. Yeah, I think
Gary Potter.
I think that's a Pakistani
That's
guy. Yeah.
definitely a Pakistani guy.
I mean, I haven't found a reason to log in my
Gary
OnlyFans
Potter, right?
for a while.
It's time for magic.
But this is
Gary
just the
Potter.
messages that came in today. I mean, I've gotten no bullshit, and I really do only use this site to check shit out. I've gotten like 40 messages since we started the show.
Yeah, Pat. It's about again. I think that they're given the option, and it's alleged, so we'll have to find out. OnlyFans has kind of gotten caught a little bit, but they haven't admitted to a bunch of stuff yet. We'll have to find out what happens in the lawsuit, but it's up to the creators, right? If they're not making a ton of money, they probably don't want to give 20% of their salary up, and then they can choose to look at the responses or not. It's just a service that's out there.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the back end of Kate's OnlyFans and see if we can
It's worth it to do
select that service.
Oh, yeah. You don't. You just hands free. It takes care of it. It's making money over with doing
they have no idea these losers. Also, what does it say about how these women think of their customers? Really, they think they're nothing of them.
Oh, nothing.
Quite literally.
On some of the profiles, they have something like I respond to all messages. Like it is a selling point, or at least they try to represent.
And some of those are lies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And some of those are blatant lies. Yeah. I mean, could you imagine? It's good that they found this out though, because I could see a scenario where I don't know, a guy thinks he's got this relationship going on with an OnlyFans model who's this Pakistani guy, because the Pakistani guy's been sweet, like sugar, honeypotting him, sugarcoating it, and saying how much that she likes him. And then all of a sudden he shows up at her house one day, and the OnlyFans model's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "What? I've been sending you my dick pic for 400 days in a row right before bed, and you say you love me." He would kill her.
Oh, sorry. You might not recognize me. Hold on.
Yeah.
He takes
now.
out.
Yeah, I mean, this has got to be the worst for these guys that have been. They had to pay.
I'm Hung Heath.
Yeah, I'm Hung. Hung
You look like you remind me of Tom Cruise's.
Yeah. Gary Potter is incredible.
It's like Tom. What is Gary Potter?
It's a typo. Yeah, I mean, these guys already have to pay to play.
You're saying it's a typo because it's an Indian dude?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
yes.
He didn't-
It's like an Indian guy sending you an email.
Yeah.
But these guys are so horned up they can't see it.
Well, they're typing so fast.
Gary
They're
Potter.
responding to fucking 80 messages a minute.
It's amazing. It's the best shit I've ever seen. These poor guys.
awesome.
These poor guys have to pay to play, and they think they're talking to hot chicks, and they're not even with their hard-earned money.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
Idiots.
Okay.
That's it.
That's awesome.
Wait, real quick. Make sure to tune in. Mario says Pat better be promoting the fuck out of Hard Factor tonight on Mook's stream. So what is it, Pat? What time is
Yeah,
that?
Mook can't sleep. I'm doing it in an hour from now.
Nice.
Tune into that.
Tune into that.
Yeah, hell yeah. Go kick ass. RICO charges they're claiming on this thing. But anyways, that's it. That's it for this week. We love you all. Get out there and have a great fucking day. Talk to you next week.
The cream of the crop!